How's it going, guys? We're back for another movie review Monday, and I know I've promised this in the past, so I wanted to make good on that promise and review Subspecies 5. I got to see this movie at my local draft house. Luckily, they had tickets for it, so I was super excited once I saw that pop up. I was like, okay, I definitely am gonna go. I have to watch this. Basically, this movie is a prequel to the original series, and it actually shows how the main character Radu becomes the vampire that he becomes in the original series. So basically, the movie starts with his birth. He's being taken out by his own mother, who's a witch. You see her later on in 2 and 3. You know his father's the king, so he makes an appearance in this as well. So you see these two characters quite a bit, but from the get-go, as soon as he is born, some crusaders come in. They end up impaling the witch. They don't kill her, obviously, but they impale her. They take Radu as a baby, and then they basically raise him to be a hunter for them, for the crusaders. Fast forwards to where he's an adult now, and they're after the Bloodstone, which Bloodstone, if you remember from the other movies, the Bloodstone is basically a relic that holds the blood of apparently all the saints. Great power, knowledge, etc. So then the Crusaders, they come to a castle which ends up being Radu's father's castle, and they get into a little scuffle. The father takes off. The mother also takes off, but not before killing most of the other Crusaders and stuff like that. And then as they're there, they come across one of the king's consorts, and apparently she has a son who you end up finding out is Stefan. So essentially, Radu finds his younger brother Stefan and saves stepmother, but I don't know, they really don't address that. And the monk that's with Radu is pleading with Radu to kill both of them because they're both tainted by the king and stuff like that. And then Radu starts becoming more of a brother to Stefan because he realizes that he kind of wants to take him under his wing, protect him and stuff like that. So all the while where they're trying to get back to their I guess their Crusaders monastery or something like that, they have the Bloodstone at this point too. I forgot to mention that. As time goes on, they come to find out Elena is actually tainted by the Vampire King. So she's slowly becoming a vampire. Like, she's sensitive to sunlight, and Stefan is a little bit sensitive to sunlight, but he hasn't fully embraced his vampiric powers and stuff like that. And yes, Radu is also a half vampire, half human, but given that he was raised under the monks and the Crusaders, they kind of helped him get used to being in the sunlight and not embracing his full vampiric lineage. So that's how he's able to survive. That's how they explain that part of it. But then, lo and behold, sure enough, he lets Elena drink from the Bloodstone, and then all of a sudden, she basically becomes a vampire. She gets intoxicated by it, and then she basically, at that point, turns on Radu, makes him a vampire, bites him, and then also feeds him the Bloodstone. And he becomes a vampire after that. And then all of a sudden, the king catches up with them, takes Lena and Stefan, and they leave Radu to kind of fend for himself. Given that he's a new vampire, he can't really survive on his own, according to the king. But Radu ends up finding his monk friend, and his monk friend has sympathy for him. His monk friend tells him basically he's going to have to kill him, and then Radu pretty much accepts it. He's like, he doesn't want to be a vampire and stuff like that, so impale and kill Radu. Comes up the witch. She shows up, she kills the monk, and then she takes Radu under her wing and starts showing him the ways of being a vampire, as well as teaches him the ways of how to summon demons and how to use elements, and teaches him how to use and embrace his vampiric powers, which all this stuff I thought was pretty cool. I liked how they kind of connected the dots in this movie. Fast forward, he kind of goes off on his own, and time passes by, and then he comes across two young musicians, a brother and sister group, Ariel and Ash. They are in in a tavern playing music, and Radu finds them because he's basically drawn to them by their music, and he's clearly intoxicated by their music as well as their youthfulness and their spirit and stuff like that. He comes to them after the performance, and he's able to offers them eternal life, and by saying their music will be eternal if he gives them eternal life. So Ash is the first one to kind of give into it, while Ariel's iffy about it, with good reason, obviously. But eventually she succumbs to it, and then sort of becomes their mentor and teacher, and teaches them how to hunt, how to be vampires and stuff like that. And eventually they end up getting tired of being under his control. They plot a way to get away from Radu. Time passes by. Radu, through this whole time, he's got the memory of Helena and trying to find her, and then he stumbles across both Ash and Ariel again, and he come to find out Helena is now their master. The other cool thing I have to mention about this, I like the way they bridged the gap from this prequel story to the movies from before. In the spin-off Vampire Journals, you see the character of Ash. This kind of shows you where Ash came from, essentially. You kind of see the Radu's mother before she was all messed up. I mean, she's messed up in this movie too, but she's even more messed up and decrepit in, Subspecies 2 and 3. I also like how you see Radu becoming Radu, basically, in this movie. As I'm talking about this stuff, it's all coming back to me, because I mean, again, yeah, I did see this at the Alamo Drafthouse, but it also just recently dropped on Screambox. I subscribed to Screambox, and I ended up watching it a couple more times. So, but I digress. Anyway, back to Radu and everybody. He kind of finds Ash and Ariel. Come to find out that like I said before, their master is Helena, and it turns out Helena actually impaled the king Vladislas with a sword. So he's kind of in a sort of state of coma sort of thing, and he ends up removing the sword, and the king awakens, and then he takes off. He kind of has a back and forth with Helena. Climax of it all is Helena dies, Ariel ends up dying, Ash takes off, the king is gone, and then Radu's, once again, he's alone by himself at the end of the movie. Like I said, I really enjoyed this movie. I have to say from the get-go, I love the way this movie's shot. I love the score for this movie. Had the main theme. Once I came on at the beginning, I was just like, okay, this is a Subspecies movie, I'm in it. I really enjoyed the score. I really enjoyed the effects. I thought the effects were pretty good. Like I said, I think the movie was shot really well for it being a low-budget movie. But I mean, you watch it and it's pretty good. I really enjoyed it. I had a good time watching it, and as I just mentioned before, I've seen it already a couple of times, and I'm probably gonna watch it again and again, because I really did enjoy it. I thought it was good. If I had to rate it, I would definitely give it 4 out of 5 horror cats. Like I said, at the end, he's kind of doing some campy stuff, which I thought was kind of weird, because the whole movie, it's kind of playing it straight. There's a lot of seriousness to it. The tone of it is like really good. I really dug the story. Like I said, I liked the way they brought it all together in this one, connecting it to the older movies, which I was kind of worried how they were going to do that, but I'd have to say they did a pretty bang up job of it. Like I said, I can't praise this movie enough. I thought it was really good. So if you have the means, I would definitely suggest watching it. Bridges the gap of where did Radu come from, why is he the way he is, and why he's so obsessed with Michelle's character in the previous movies. And guys, I highly recommend this movie. I really dig it. I'm really excited that Subspecies is back, as I've said in previous videos, and I believe I mentioned in a video recently that I got to meet Charlie Band at Texas Frightmare. I got him to send my Subspecies 5 poster, and again, I asked him if by chance if they were going to release any NECA figures for Subspecies, and to my excitement, he said that they are. It's in the works, so I'm super excited about that. Once they come out, or any announcements or anything, I'll definitely probably be posting on here and letting everybody know. They are going to be releasing a 1-to-1 scale of the Bloodstone. It's supposed to light up and stuff like that, so I might look into that and might pick that up. Well, not might, I'm more than likely I'm going to pick that up. But beyond that, guys, if you're new to the channel, feel free to like, share, subscribe. If you're not new to the channel, thanks for coming back and for the continued support. I really, really appreciate it. Comment down below, let me know what y'all thought. Have you seen this movie, Subspecies 5? Have you seen any of the Subspecies movies? Are you a fan? Are you not a fan? Comment down below, let me know. I do know that the other 4 movies and Vampire Journals are currently free to stream right now on Tubi, so definitely check those out. And then go try to check out Subspecies 5 Blood Rise for sure. With that, guys, we'll see you in the next video. Take it easy and have a good one.